Trust takes time, and time can't be rushed. Trust comes back when the evidence changes. That's why Jackson's sobriety isn't just a recovery story. It's a trust story. Transformation happens when the apology becomes our behavior, and our promise becomes our pattern. It's easy to forgive a mistake, but what about a mistake that lasted or was repeated for years? What does it really take to rebuild trust after it's been broken? Because when you have years of disappointment and years of broken promise, you also have years of reasons for why the people closest to you shouldn't trust you. You're not alone. That was Samuel L. Jackson's story too. Before he became one of the most recognizable actors in the world, before the iconic voice and blockbuster roles, he was fighting a private battle that nearly cost him everything. His addiction affected his health, his career, and most importantly, the people who loved him. When he entered rehab in 1991 and committed to sobriety, he began the long process of rebuilding the way people experienced him. I hear a lot of my clients say, maybe when I hit rock bottom, or I just haven't hit a hard enough bottom yet. People talk about rock bottom like it's the transformation. Rock bottom isn't the transformation. A rock bottom is a good interruption, but it's not needed. The transformation comes when a person wakes up day after day and chooses something different. Transformation happens when the apology becomes our behavior, and our promise becomes our pattern. Act 1, trust is broken slowly. Trust usually doesn't disappear all at once. It fades. It gets chipped away by repeated experiences. Someone says they're going to change, but they don't. Someone says they'll be there, but they're not fully present. Someone says this is the last time, but everyone's heard you say those words before. Love may still exist, but faith and belief are gone. That's why trust can't be demanded. It has to be earned. Jackson going to rehab was great, but that wasn't the important part. The important part was that he stayed committed to a different life after getting help. Rehab can open the door, but consistency is what walks through it every day. Act 2, the turning point is only the start. In 1991, Jackson's wife found him passed out on the kitchen floor. She told him to get help, and he accepted. She did her part, and he accepted his, but that wasn't his part just yet. His part was when he stayed in treatment. His part was when he didn't return to the same pattern, but when he built a new one. He stayed sober, he kept working, he became and stayed present. That's why Jackson's sobriety isn't just a recovery story, it's a trust story. It shows that change has to become visible. People can't read your intentions. They can only experience your behavior. They may hear you say you're different, but they'll believe it when they see you live differently long enough for the evidence to become undeniable. Act 3, time, consistency, and change. The first ingredient in rebuilding trust is time. Trust takes time, and time can't be rushed. It just doesn't work that way. You can make a decision in one day, but you can't rebuild someone else's trust in one day. You can apologize many times, but the people who were hurt need repeated experience to tell them that the danger has passed. For Jackson, the power of the story comes from the decades that followed. He didn't simply have a dramatic recovery moment and then disappear. He kept showing up, year after year, role after role, interview after interview. He continued to live from that change foundation. That's what makes the story credible. Not the announcement of sobriety, but the longevity of it. The second ingredient is consistency. Anyone can be different for a day. Anyone can make a promise when the consequences are fresh. But consistency asks a harder question. Who are you when the emotions fade? Who are you when no one is applauding? Who are you when your old ways start calling your name again? Jackson's sobriety became a practice, not a performance. He connected recovery to his ability to work, focus, and become the actor people know today. Consistency didn't just restore his personal life, it helped create professional reliability. In family, in work, and in life, people will begin to trust again when they see a safer pattern repeated over time. The third ingredient is real change. And real change is more than avoiding the old behavior. It means becoming a different kind of participant in your own life. It means changing routines, coping mechanisms, becoming honest, staying accountable, and having the willingness to ask for help. Jackson didn't rebuild his life by pretending the past didn't happen. He confronted it. He went to rehab. He stayed sober. He allowed the experience to become a part of his truth rather than something hidden in shame. That kind of change isn't cosmetic. It's structural. It changes how a person moves forward through the world. Act 4. What happens after change? After getting sober, Jackson's career didn't just improve. It exploded. Jungle Fever helped bring him major attention. Then came more roles, more responsibility, and eventually Pulp Fiction, the performance that made him a global name. From there, he became one of the most prolific and recognizable actors of his generation. But this isn't a simple story of get sober and become famous. That would be too shallow. The deeper point is that sobriety allowed him to access his talent with clarity and reliability. It allowed people to trust him with bigger opportunities. It allowed directors and audiences to encounter the full force of what had always been there. Sometimes the life we want isn't waiting for us to become more talented. Sometimes it's waiting for us to become more available to the talent that we already have. Addiction, infidelity, and dishonesty can block a person from their own gifts. Don't block your blessings. Because when those blocks are removed, the world may finally get to see what was hidden beneath the chaos. Act 5, the lesson about trust. If there's one lesson to take from Samuel L. Jackson's sobriety journey, it's this. Trust comes back when change becomes consistent over time. Not because people are forced to believe, not because the past is erased, not because one emotional moment fixed everything. Trust comes back when the evidence changes. When someone's rebuilding trust, the most important message isn't, believe me now. The most important message is, watch what I do next. That's humility. That's accountability. That's the posture of someone who understands that trust is a gift, not an entitlement. And for the person who's been hurt, this story also matters. It reminds us that people can change, but it also validates that trust doesn't have to happen overnight. Trust takes time. So you're allowed to need time too. You're allowed to look for consistency. You're allowed to require real change before opening that door again. Trust isn't rebuilt by pressure. It's rebuilt by proof. Samuel L. Jackson's story is powerful because it's not just about success. It's about real recovery. It's about a man who reached a point where the old way couldn't continue. He accepted help and spent the rest of his life showing that change was real. He rebuilt more than a career. He rebuilt credibility. He rebuilt presence. He rebuilt the foundation that allowed people to trust what he brought to the table. That's the message. Rebuilding trust takes time, consistency, and change. Time gives people room to see the truth. Consistency turns words into evidence. Change proves that the apology wasn't just emotional. It was transformational. Are you ready to become transformed? Are you ready to help someone else be? I've written an ebook that provides that transformation from the inside out. It's called How to Love Her Like Christ Loved the Church. There is no more powerful example on how to love than what Christ has left us with. Don't miss out on that power. That ebook is going to be the first link in the description. If you appreciate this message or my way of delivering it, do me a favor, give this video a like. And if you want more guidance like this, hit subscribe. I'll keep sending it your way. If you feel like this video can help someone else, don't be greedy. Sharing is caring. Share this video with them and let them learn something new too. I look forward to catching up with you in the next video, which is coming up now. But until then, God bless you and your family.